All right. All right. All right. So it seems that I'm now streaming. Let's see if everything is up to code. Everything should be up to code. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't be. Yeah. Okay. Uh, this is a bit interesting. So, am I live? It says live. It says video is unavailable. For some reason, I can't see my own stream, which is a bit strange, but you know what? That's fine. That's fine. I'll live. I will live. So let me just get everything ready. Let me check my encoder. Okay, everything seems to be fine. All systems are go. There are 0 individuals watching, but you know what? That's fine. This is my first time streaming on YouTube, so we'll see how that ends up. So let's see. There's no added delay, so it just happens that I can't see myself, which is very strange, but you know what? That's fine. That's fine. Okay, we're playing OpenTTD today. It's a very, very entertaining game, a very fun game. It's all about building that building the perfect transport tycoon, being the perfect transport tycoon. So that's why it's called TTD, Open Transport Tycoon Deluxe. So we're going to start a new game. Now I'm going to play on the subtropical, or should I go temperate? I'm going to go subtropical with these settings. I'm going to start in 1975. Oh, there's something wrong with the stream. I don't know why. Okay, apparently keyframes are not being sent often enough. So that is messing me up, which is very unfortunate, if I do say so myself. Although I'm not dropping any frames, according to my recording software. I'm using OBS. So that's interesting, I suppose. Let's see. Let me just check my settings to see what the keyframes are. Video bitrate 2500. FPS 29.97, classic TV FPS. So I don't really see what the problem would be, but for some reason YouTube is not enjoying what I'm doing here, and I don't really know what to do about it. I have no idea what to do about it. Let me just see what I can do here. All right. All right. Video settings are bad, but I can see myself on stream now. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Okay. All right. Let me just on stream now. Okay, actually it's working. It looks like I'm having a very bad frame rate. Oh yeah, encoding is overloaded. So let me just see if I can fix that. Let me just take a look at my task manager here. OBS is the CPU isn't overloaded. I don't know why the encoding is damaged, because my memory is only 49%, CPU is in the 80s, disk isn't even in 10%. So I don't know what's going on here. What I could do is raise priority for OBS. So let me just go to details, set priority above normal, change priority. That should give it more power. Okay, looks like that's fixed itself. Okay, things are looking a bit smoother now on stream. So no one has showed up yet. Okay, so keeping that in mind, I'm going to now generate this new world, and we'll see what we get here. So it's going to generate, and I'm going to pause it immediately. The reason I pause it right away is to just take a quick look at what we've got here. So actually, the way I've placed my mouse here is very unfavorable. The reason being that I need to use the directional keys to navigate, and I can't really do that efficiently while clicking if my mouse is on the right side of the computer. So I've shifted that over, and so let's see what we have here. This is a small town. We could grow this into a much larger town, although the food location is right next to it, which is not ideal if you want to grow something big anyway. And let me just take a look at the industries across the map. No, that's rubber. Okay, there's some rubber. And let's see where the food is. Okay, so we've got some food over here. Some fruit. And that's something that we can invest in sending up north. Or also some maize is also pretty good. We can send that up north to this plant here. That's probably the fastest distance between any food and a food processing plant, unless there's some that are closer to each other on this side. I don't think there are. Oh wait, that's actually pretty good. There's some fruit right here, food processing plant, and then we can send the fruit out somewhere else, and that's how we do it. I currently have the game sound turned off. Maybe I should turn it on. Don't know. But I don't really know how to manage the sound levels in this game, so I'm not going to do that for now. So what I'm thinking of is, let's see, which town's sort of in the center? Let me see. I need a town that has a bank in it, in case I want to send some diamonds. I'm not seeing any bank over here. That definitely does not have a bank. Is there a bank? No, there is no bank. I could actually just look it up. Okay. Not town directory. Subsidies. Map. Which one is it? Construction. Okay. Alright. So, we're going to sort by... Okay. Type. So we've got some banks. We've got a bank in this town over here. And... this town's actually not too far from the factory, although to be fair, it's a bit complicated getting through here, so maybe it's not the best location, and also the terrain is very uneven, so that's not an ideal location. Godstow has a bank, surprisingly, and it's also not too far from the factory, although in this case it may be a bit difficult getting over here. Lewis Hatton has a bank. Okay. But this one doesn't need any water. It doesn't... maybe I should set up my headquarters in Lewis Hatton. Actually, no. I don't want to go up here to do a bank. I'm actually going to play with my original plan. I'm going to travel long distances here. And let's see. Lowly has a bank. Lolay, maybe, is a better way to phrase it. And there's some rubber, but no fruit. And the nearest food processing plant is that even? No, that, yeah, that is. That's quite a distance away, to be fair. Although, I'm looking, there's really no way to get food over there. I'm just right now thinking out loud, trying to see. Now, over here, We could get fruit from here and send it by boat, although I didn't really want to go boat this game. Another thing to think about would be to see if there's gas close to, not gas, oil close to one of these refineries, because that is good. But for now, it seems like we can produce large amounts of food here near Lewis Hatton, and that's probably the best way to start, to be honest. Although it's not going to be the best, it's definitely going to be useful. And Townstock, where's that? Townstock's over here. And it's not a town that requires water or food. So I'm trying to make it a bit more difficult on myself. I want a town that needs water, a town that needs food, and a town that actually requires me to go some distance to send stuff to it. Or I can just go with a town that doesn't have a bank. We'll see if that works. It'll eventually build a bank, so that's what's going to happen. Actually, I really don't want to go up here. I want to stay down here in the desert. So my first task is to probably get water to a town. Tent Haven could be a good target. I can send water over here, although it will have to go by train, since it's actually, maybe that's not the best idea. I'm still thinking about where exactly I want to start. Oh, right here. What? Wait, this doesn't even need water, does it? No, it doesn't. It doesn't have a water tower. It doesn't need water. So what does need water is Nanford over here. So what we're going to do here is we're going to build Nanford, which is a tiny town, into a huge town. It's going to be huge. It's going to be lovely. Or should I go with Fodstow? Nanford or Fodstow? Nanford. Okay, let's do it. Alright, so we're going to begin by constructing a truck loading bay. That's probably the best. We're going to build a truck loading bay right here. It covers the entire town. So anything that comes in and out, we can manage that. Okay. And we're then going to build another truck loading bay over here. And I don't even have to put it up onto the cliff. So I can put it down here. And should I go build a tunnel? How much is it going to cost? Well, screw it. Let's do it. All right. So we're doing that, and we're coming down the hill here. We'll go there and there. And let's get ourselves a road vehicle depot. And from here, let's begin sending water over. So let's get a new vehicle here, and we're going to get ourselves a water tanker. And let's buy it. And here we go. We'll just send it there to fill up, and here to empty, and there. And then we're going to get a second one. And actually, let's see how much water is being produced here. 81,000. So we should probably get maybe 2 more. So we'll do that, and there we go. So that's 4 vehicles that are now carrying water to Nanford, and we'll see what ends up happening. So the next step here is to use the food processing plant. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go a long distance by train. Actually, I rather would not go by train to a food processing plant if it were possible. I guess I could go up here and do that. Let's do this. Okay, stage 2. All right. Accepts nothing. Why wouldn't it? Oh, all right. Oh, that's a bus station, of course. Okay, yeah, sorry. Let's not get carried away here. All right. Accepts fruit and maize, supplies, food. All right, so we're going to build that there, and we'll just go straight line there, right there, and road in between, and do that. And from here we will purchase some vehicles for transporting food. So we're going to start with 2, and we'll see what goes up. So we're going to get the fruit trucks. So let me just tell you to go there, fill up there, unload, and we'll just clone it then. Cloned. Bam. All right. So the next step here is to now send the goods from here all the way over here. And that's going to be actually very difficult because I don't really have any method of transporting these things. So I'm going to build a train station, and this is going to be a bit complicated. So I'll go with a 5 length because why not? I think that's a fair amount. And since this is going to be the big city that we're going to be using, I'm going to control click, bam, join it up so it's all considered one station. And this is going to be the expensive part, but once we get through this, it's going to pay off real well. So let me think. I'm going to have it loop around like this. So this is the way in, and that's the way out. So let me just go freeform rails, and the way we do this is pretty simple. We just link it all up. There you go. And or actually it goes more like this. And then this followed by this is going to be a little bit complicated now that I think about it, but we'll do it. We'll do it fine. There we go. Or maybe I shouldn't go that long. Yeah, I do have to do it this way because I don't really have the space to do a bridge at this point. Alright. Alright. There we go. Now you may ask, why did I make this bit so long? Why didn't I just merge it up right away? And the answer to that is quite simple. The reason I did this, even though I'm going to merge them now, is because I want to create an extra waiting area where trains that are 5 long can wait, and to do that I need to extend it all the way out this way. So that's how I've decided to do it. And I'll also create a way to go around so that man, am I gonna have to? All right. And I'll create the bypass as well. So I'll wait for that truck to come off. And there we go. Here's the bypass. There's a bypass. Okay. All right. So we're already going big on the trains here. Although, to be fair, this is probably not the best way to set it up, to have it on the road where all the trucks are coming through. But you know what? That'll be fine. And those all come from one line. And that line is going to be coming down all the way from up there. Okay. I want to build the train stations right the first time so that I don't have to worry about them afterwards. Okay, so I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to link them all up. All right. There we go. Yeah, ever since I was a little kid, I always enjoyed playing with the trains. So we've got the 3 stations, the waiting areas, the bypass, and of course now these 2 sides may merge together a bit, and we'll see where I can squeeze it through, because there is some water in the way, so I will have to build bridges. 1, 2, 3 bridges maybe, which is very unfortunate, but you know what, we'll live through it. All right, so I don't want to put 3 trains here. I'll just put maybe I should put 3 trains. Oh, this is gonna be hard. Okay, so we'll do it this way. Control, click. Well, how's it gonna loop back? Actually, let's not. All right, I'm gonna have to put it next to here and then have it loop around itself, which is going to be a bit complicated. But you know what? It'll be fine. It will work. Trust me. You can trust me, can't you? All right. Control, click, Lewis Hatton West, because why not? Why not merge them if you can? And all right. So, of course, we've got this bit where they can split off, and man, this is going to be hard. Okay, I'm going to have to build the bridges first so that I know where I want to put things. So this is going to be a railroad bridge. They all cost a similar amount. I could go cheaper, but to be fair, I don't really need the trains to go too fast. So I'll just go with the cheaper cantilever steel one. And we'll build 2 of those. It's going to be really expensive, but it's going to be worth it in the long run. So there we are. And this is going to come around this way, which actually means it goes in the other direction from, or I can pull it around this way. That may actually be better. So we'll pull the way out this way, and we'll have it cross over the maze trucks. And I have to do it quick. There we go. There we go. So it crosses over there, which means it also gives us room to do bypass if we need to. Okay. So all right, so this is where we'll split off into the multiple routes. And this will go in there. And maybe let's get rid of those bits and do this. So this way they can all go from both sides into either one. So we've got a bidirectional weighting line here, although this is actually also going to expand into the bypass as well, even though it does intersect with the weight, but you know what? We can't make it perfect. All right. So on, oh, that's not what I wanted. Let's do that. So on this end, we'll of course do the bit where it comes out, and we'll merge it all like this, and we'll then pull it back. Lovely, look at that. Look at that. That's what I call a train station. Okay. Because this is going to be our main food processing plant. So if I want to get fruit here, I'm going to send it all the way up here, regardless of whatever else happens. Okay. So the next stage is to build more railroad bridges. And I still haven't built signals yet. So we'll have to see about that. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I shouldn't build there. Okay. I can maybe shift and then come down here, then shift around. And we'll see. Or I can go straight through here, and then we can come around this town this way. That may actually be better, even though it'll be expensive building those bridges. So we'll just stick with the cheaper bridges for now. And guess we'll have to come through here. And we're actually running out of money here. But that's fine. We'll take a bigger loan. Generally, my inner Dave Ramsey is telling me don't take the loan, but you know what? In the end, it may be worthwhile to take a loan if you need to. A lot of companies would never have made it if they hadn't taken loans. And to be fair, man, this is trying to... I can't actually see all the rails, so this is a bit difficult for me. Here we go. There we go. Okay, so hopefully this is connected around here. I think it should be. If it's not, that's something we can deal with later. Okay. So that's all connected down there. So now comes the long part. Building the railroad through here. So we'll go through here, since that's a lowland area, which is slightly more efficient to go through. And in fact, we'll do this. We'll have them both go through the same squares. So there we go. And now we're out of money. So maybe I shouldn't have double-clicked that. Maybe just one would have been fine for now, but we're going to do it that way. There we go. There we go. Okay. So that's where we're going. And question is, You know what? I'll go over these hills because why not? Why not? We'll do it. We'll do it. It'll be fine. It'll be a bit annoying, but it'll be fine. So I've gone over the hills. They're just short hills, so it's not a big problem. And I'll connect this bit up to there. Meanwhile, we'll go through here and do it parallel because I think that's a pretty good idea. And then we'll come up through here. And then we'll go all the way there. All the way there. All the way out of money. Wow. Rails are indeed quite expensive. And here we have it. That's the circuit completed. Now, I'm not done yet, though. I still have to do a couple of things. So, first of all, one thing that's very important is the depots. So, I think the best place to put a depot is right after the train station. The reason I say that is because with the depot being right after the train station, there's some advantages. Oh man, I'm not phrasing that very well. Okay. Actually, right here, I've really messed myself up. I can't really put a depot on that side. I'll have to put it on this side, which isn't a problem. It's not a problem. It's not a problem. Do you hear me? It is not a problem. Okay, so we're gonna put the depot here. No, that's a bit low. Or is it? We'll put it up there. Okay. And we'll do it this way. We'll do it like that. I think that's a pretty good way to set up a depot. And there. And I could put one before as well. I think I'll put one in the middle over here maybe. So I'll put it so that it's a non-preferred route by doing it this way. And there's a depot. So we've got one on both sides of Nanford, and I also need a depot over here, and it won't be ideal, but you know what, we'll do it. We'll just do it like this. Or should I put it up here? No, down here is probably the best option. So I'll put the depot there, and I'll have it be like this. There we go. And like this, so that it's the track is long enough for trains to come out and not interrupt each other if we're both waiting for the depot. That's what I'm trying to do by making the tracks this way. Okay, next step is signs. So one-way signs is what we'll be needing here. So this here is an obvious place to put signs. We don't want people to go on top of each other in the intersection. So, and we also want to let people know they can go once someone is out of the intersection. And this is a good place. There's a bifurcation, so we can let people go one way or the other. Actually, I think that's a bad place. A better place would be up here, so that if they're coming through here, they know that someone's either gone this way or that way, and that's fine. And then once that merges again, we can let them know that someone's either coming one way or the other way. And we'll have one down here as well. And from here on, I don't think it'll be necessary to use the one-way signals. I think a block signal would be fine. Although, to be fair, I don't really think we'll need a signal down here, since there's no real reason why a train would turn around, to be honest. So we'll still use a one-way signal up here, just as a breakpoint with the bridge, so that trains know not to. Actually, since we've got a one-way signal there, I guess we'll have to go with the box signals. They're cheaper, aren't they? I think they're cheaper. I can't build a signal there. Why not? Oh, actually, I don't want that kind of signal. You know what? One-way signals are fine. We'll stick with one-way signals. All right, we'll keep them along the straights here. Don't really expect too many trains to come up here, so I don't need to place them close together. I know there's a command to automatically put them down, but I'm not really interested in doing that. And the bridges, we'll keep them that way. Okay, and this is where the split occurs, so we'll keep the same signal for the entire split. And of course, the other exit for the split will also have a signal to indicate that once a train's through here, it's fine for trains to go through again. And it's important to have signals on the other side as well to ensure good traffic flow. After split is a good time to put signals, because these things will automatically stop the cars coming through, so there's no problem. A one-way signal there, and we'll put another one there. Okay, and maybe one there just in case. Okay, and put one there, and one there, one there. Oh, one there, one there. And we're gonna run out of money, actually. And I think they actually cost the same as the other signals, so it's not as if I'm saving any money by going with the different signals. Okay. And oh, there we go. Just for safety, we're going to put ones there, just so you know not to go around there. And there we go. There we go. And this here is a signal before the big adjoining. Actually, this is not where I want that. I want that here. And since this here is the bypass track, I can actually be fine putting a signal here, so that once a train's through here, everyone knows it's fine to go through. Okay, and put signals there for the entry. Signals are ready for the exit as well. We'll put one there just in case multiple trains are coming through the bypass, and a signal before that just in case a train's coming out. And I think that should have my signals covered and everything set up. So now the next step is to actually buy the train. And I'm going to buy the train over here, because that's really the nearest depot I've got. Unless I build a depot somewhere over here, which I could, I guess, but I don't know. I can build a depot. Well, I don't want to waste too much money, so we're going to borrow some money to buy a new train. So here we go. CS 2400. Let's buy one of those. Oops, it's actually more expensive. Let's buy one of those. It's got good reliability, so that's why I'm picking this one. And we're going to put onto it a bunch of food cars. So gonna run out of money here, but We're going to do it until the length of it is at a 5. And there we go. The length is at a 5. So we can get rid of that for now. And now we're going to set up a route for it. So there it is. Go. First location for you to go is Lewis Hatton West. And we're going to load food there. After which you must then go down to Nanford and unload food. There. Okay. So there you go. All right, there it goes. It's going to go up all the way to Lewis Hatton, and it's going to load up some food, and it's going to come back. But so far, I think the train is looking very, very spiffing, if I do say so myself. And of course, we don't know how it'll turn out in the end, but for now, everything's looking fine. So let's see. It looks like we may have a bit of a surplus in fruit. So I'm not going to use that train. So I'm going to get a new vehicle here, if possible. I actually can't afford one right now, but it would speed things up. So what I'm going... Actually, let's see. How much... We are producing food, but nobody's picking it up, so it's not really doing anything with it. But we'll see. We'll see how things turn out. So the train is now coming over the bridge. And eventually I'll have multiple trains coming in here bringing in fruit and maize to produce food in Lewis Hatton West. I'm not really going to look at any subsidies right now because I can't really afford them. And here we go. But once this comes back, it'll be a massive payday. All right. So it's at 4%, 5%, and now the factory is actually outputting food to the station, which is allowing us to produce food. So at this point, I may actually go and take another loan so that I can speed up the food production here. So we're going to do that and speed up the food production. Okay, if worst comes to worst, I can set up an additional output for the depot. In fact, I should probably move the main depot over here because that's I actually can, and I should, but putting it over here allows me to put the train. So I should perhaps build another truck depot on this side, just so that I can do it a bit more efficiently, and we'll have trucks crossing the train lines less frequently. So we can actually do that. Let's do it. There we go. Oh, snap. I did it wrong. Gotta get rid of that. Okay, let's do it again. Gonna control click. Lewis Hatton West is the correct one. There we go. We're not going Lewis Hatton transfer. That's not what we're doing. So Lewis Hatton West now has an additional depot over here, which means that they should, in theory, prefer to go this direction in order to unload their trucks, which means they'll cross over less frequently. But we'll keep this one around just in case we need it. All right. Yeah, they are using this one by preference, so that's pretty good. So let's see. We still have a lot of fruit, and we're still 69% transported. So we're not at full capacity quite yet here. Is Lewis Hatton growing? Actually, it is, which is interesting. So we'll see what that ends up doing. Hopefully it doesn't mess around too much with my rails. That would be very unfortunate, but you know what? It'll happen. It happens. All right. And how's production going? All right. Looks like we're not catching up So if I have enough money for it, okay, I do have enough money. There we go. We'll do it more, just more frequently. And the train is at 61% right now, and it'll continue filling up. Meanwhile, Nanford has all these roads here. So what I could do is I could move a depot somewhere over here and then build a bridge over the train tracks so I don't have to deal with this potential nightmare. So we are getting plenty of water coming in. So Nanford isn't growing though because it doesn't have any food. So that's why we're bringing food there, so that we can grow it. Is there any oil close to any refinery somewhere? No, there isn't. I already checked earlier, but there is not. I could get some diamonds, although I don't really have a bank in Nanford. If I want to send it somewhere, I'll send it to Nanford, where if there's a bank. So we're at 92%, 94%, so it's going to fill up pretty quick. And then when it comes out, it'll continue dropping off food in here. And we'll see how that ends up going. So for now, I could take more loans and expand more, but I don't really want to gain too much interest on the loans. So right now, this area is blocked off, so they all have to come only through here. But that's fine. They can still reach the station. They can still do that. And there it goes. So it's actually coming off for service. Otherwise, it would have gone straight. And the reason I know it would have gone straight is because this is a shorter route. So the computer should preferentially pick that. So now it's gone for service. So it's now going to come back out and go down here. This is a different kind. I didn't notice. I made different kinds. Interesting. So it comes through there and it continues to go. Now it's going to start coming south toward Secombe. Is this Secombe? Yeah, it is. That is a Secombe tree. Tree? No. Secombe train depot. So now it's coming south, and we'll see what the big payout is. What's the big payout of that's 9 cars full of food, 10 long train, or 10 car long train, or 5 long if you're going by the squares. So we'll see which one it'll pick. I think it should pick the inner one, since that is a shorter route, but I don't know if it will, because its objective is to go to the train station. Yeah, it is picking the inner one. And this could be a danger, now that I think about it, because if one gets stuck somewhere, then it could be a problem. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to... Oh yeah, I got money. Okay, I'm going to get rid of these roads here. And it's going to confuse these trucks a bit. Get rid of that. Get rid of that as well. It's going to confuse these trucks to no end for a couple minutes, but trust me, it's worthwhile. Okay, and we'll use the cheap one. Cheap one there. There we go. And we'll just reconstruct it facing this way. There you go. There you go. I think that saved us a bunch, because otherwise that could have been a disaster waiting to happen. Now, of course, the town may also start going over tracks, but I'm not going to really mess with that too much. But this is the road that we are trafficking, so I want to make sure that it doesn't interfere as much as possible. So the train is already almost all the way there. Well, maybe halfway. So let's see. How much food are we waiting on? 172. What's the capacity of a train again? The train's capacity is 25 tons. So that's not 172. It's a bit more than that. But it should get filled up quite a bit just coming in. And let's see, 78% transported. And what is... Okay, so we're actually catching up with the production, or the harvesting, I should say. And we're already at 80% once the train has come in. So I think that should be very profitable for us. It looks like it just builds a random type of bridge, which is pretty interesting. But what's it looking like? Okay, so it is growing now that food has been built. And built, what am I saying? Okay, let's repay some money there. And my goal is to, of course, pay off the loan, and then we can, along the way, perhaps expand somewhere else. So one thing I could do is begin... I mean, let's see. That's actually a shorter distance. I could begin constructing railroads all the way to the south, to this area, so that I can transport the maize up to the factory on the other end, which will bring in a ton of money, or the fruit. But the maize will be easier because it's more straightforward. Okay. So we'll begin that. And I don't think 3 will be necessary, since this is just a stop-off point for maize. And there's nothing else that I really want to do here besides maize. I mean, this place is there, but it's a bit farther away. So, although to be fair, I could, but no, I'm not going to. Okay. So I'm going to just use a single rail here to bring everything. I could put it in closer. I can. Okay. I'll put it in this close, and I'm not going to tread on these fields. I'm going to do it this way. Come on. There we go. Okay, so there's really only going to be 1 or 2 trains coming here, and if there's one train here, it'll be filling up. So if there's another train, it can just wait for that train to be done filling up. There's no real reason to have them both filling up at the same time. So we'll do it that way. And the way I should come up from here is maybe go around here, then up there. I'm going to go through this region here. So we'll do parallel tracks there. And I think that's lined up. Yep, that's lined up. All right, and now we're out of money. Let's see. Is the train coming down? Yeah, the train is... Ooh, the train is not coming down. Unfortunately, it has run into an unfortunate accident, which it does happen from time to time. But to be fair, I gotta be fair and say that I'm being fair when I say that it does need some service, as we are seeing that the train is moving in for service right now. But getting that second maze coming in would be real great. Now, the good thing about this is that since I made the bypass, I can now use the bypass as a method of reaching that part. And since this has one in between, if I need to bypass this one, I can just hop over it with the bridge, and that should be fine. All right, so let's see. It's coming into the station, and how much are we getting? There, 80%, 60, 40, 20, And bam, 37,000. That's quite a bit if you ask me. And although I'm not sure if anyone asked me to comment on that, but to be fair, I'm going to comment on it anyway. Not in order to be fair, but I'm just saying that. I'm just saying it. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go over the mountain on that one. Mountain, what am I saying? It's a hill. I'm going to go through the hill there. These are going to be some expensive tunnels, but you know what? I'll do it. And then this is where we'll merge up in this area. All right. So maybe I should... Okay. This is actually not as good as I hoped it would be, because I need this to go there, and that there, 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 there. Oops. We'll destroy some of those in just a minute. Don't get your OCD in a twist, eh? And there we go. R, bam, bam, bam. There we go. And we're already halfway there. Although we still have to buy a whole train, which is going to be the expensive part. But it's going to be fine. We'll live. I'll live, hopefully. If I don't live, that'll be an upsetting moment for me. But you know what? Worse things have happened. Worse things have happened. Man, that's harsh on my part. It's harsh to myself. Ooh. All right. There we go. Man, out of money. Okay, let's see. Is the train coming down? No, the train is still filling up. And it looks like we have caught up with production. So money is going to be a bit low for a while, unless I... You know what? We'll do it. We'll do it. We'll go for another loan. We'll borrow it up. And the bank knows I'm good for it. I am running on an operating profit, not an overall profit, because I am heavily using some expenses here, but bam. Okay. So what we're going to do here is... Does that work? Okay. Oh, no, it doesn't. Okay. That's fine. Actually, I want to skip this bit, to be honest. So I will. I'll just skip that bit, since I don't want to deal with it. I'll just do this. Bam. I'll skip that bit, and we can just do this. And however, I will not skip this bit. We'll link up there, and there, and we'll do it that way. There we go. And now it's time to build the additional train depots. I'm going to, of course, build the... Oh, no, that's not a good place. I don't want to go over fields. So I'm going to... How am I going to do this? I'll just do it like I did the other one. I'll do it like this. Okay. Train depot is over here. There we go. There's a train depot. It didn't link up. It usually does. Oh, I don't have money. That's why it didn't link up. We'll borrow money to make that happen. And then goes there, and not there, and into there. And on this side, it just comes out of here. There we go. That keeps it from getting in the way. And we'll put another one out down here. Should be on the far end, I think. I think that's how it should be. Now that I think about it, that's probably the best place to put it, so that you can have a second train waiting. Alright, so we'll do that and that just so that everyone knows that linking is okay. Put that one there for the wait, and there we go. And we'll continue putting signals along the train line. There we go. No real reason to put one there, but I guess this is a waiting line there. And which way around is that signal? Okay, we'll keep it that way around. And we'll put a signal there and one there. One there. And one there. One there. One there. And we'll go up a bit, put more signals down. Buy my bread. Sell my bread. Oh, gotta make sure that one's the right way. Otherwise, it's not going to work. And I wouldn't want it to not work, now would I? Alright. So, here's the split. And we'll keep that there. And there we go. And there's a merger. And we'll close the merger as well with the signals, just so that everything runs more quickly. So I think that's all the signals sorted. And the train should be on its way now, I think. Or is it still getting low? Ah, there it is. Although not quite as fast as I would have hoped. Okay. So now, here we go. We've got the maize. So now comes the time to bring the maize out. So we'll use this one since it's upstream from there. So we'll buy a new train. I need to make sure I've got the money for it. We'll go with the CS2400. I really like that one. And we'll get some grain hoppers or whatever is it. Yeah, grain hoppers. That's exactly what they're called. Okay. Oh, need to get some more money on the go. And there we go. That's the grain hopper. And we're going to send it there to fully load. And then we're going to send it all the way to the other side of the world. Or the map, I should say, and unload. And there we go. Now that one will take some time to load up, but you know what? It'll be fine. Everyone should live. Everyone should be able to survive until it happens. And where's my other train? My other train is approaching the station. Well, I can't really say approaching the station until it's really coming into here. Otherwise, you know, maybe someone out here is maybe seeing it in the distance, but it's not really approaching until it's coming real close here. Okay. So it's approaching, and the water seems to be caught up. Yeah, we're fully caught up on the water. And here comes the big payday. 60, 40, 20, and 29,000. So with that, we can pay off one of the loans. And now we're loading up slowly. We're already at 9% on here. Now what I could do is I could then link up the fruit and send up yet another train. Although, to be fair, that will be a bit difficult since that's an even longer distance than this is. So it'll be a bit difficult, expensive, I mean, because I'm already at 400,000 loans and the limit is only 600,000. Although I should be able to do it with 200,000. I'm going to be safe and say that I probably shouldn't do it with just 200,000. So let's see, is there any subsidy? Oh, no, that's wrong button. Is there any subsidy that's looking worthwhile? Let's pause here. Copper from Ratminster Copper Ore Mine to Ratminster Factory by June next year. Okay, so where's Ratminster? Ratminster, okay. So it's getting the copper from there to here, probably a car job, and water from Dindrich Water Supply to Nanford. So that's Nanford over here. So they want me to send water from there to there by January. I can't do that. That's a bit too... I would do it, but it's a bit cutting the clock there. So I'll skip out on those for now. But let's see, what's it going up? 32% now. Heck, it's actually going pretty fast, and that's probably because it's got a high production yield. And there's fruit down here. That may actually be a bit easier to link up, now that I think about it. It's going up to 45%. So Nanford is now a population of 63, which is really growing, if I do say so myself, although, to be honest, it's not growing very fast. Not growing very fast at all, but it'll be fine. We'll live. Sikkim is not growing, but that's fine. We're not really trading with them, so I wouldn't expect them to grow. I don't really have any interest in doing that. It'll just cost me money, and since I'm playing single player, there's no real reason to go with exclusive rights. So it's okay for me to wait an entire year to get that, because I don't really need it. That factory. I could send rubber to it from there. I could link up the rubber there, and then the train come out to there. I mean, I've already done the triple bridges here, so going a little bit farther isn't going to be a big problem. So we're at 56%, and the other train is at 87%, slowly loading up. Now, one thing that I do think is worth noting here is that if a train goes down the wrong line, at the current time, I don't really have any method of dealing with that. Because if a train, let's say, goes down here when it should be going up somewhere, it has to go all the way down, since I've gone with one-way signals, and then go all the way in order to get to Nanford. It'll have to go all the way up and then back all the way and then go to Nanford. But I guess I'm setting up the connections as they're needed. So if another connection, oh snap, I've done it now. Okay, I have to check to make sure that all the signals are okay. So the train is lost. There we go. That's the problem right there. There it is. Fixed. There it is. That's it. If a train is lost, I think that's a priority thing to deal with. If a train is lost, it's very important to find out what went wrong and to set it straight. Because if you don't, you may end up with some trouble. So this last year, there's been some construction, some new vehicles, so that's 60-something thousand. And subtract that, and actually that's 60-something thousand each. So subtract that, and we had a 30,000 profit from everything, besides the big expansion, of course. So sending in the maze is going to help us with producing more food. And then the food will be able to fill up the train faster. And if the train is filled up faster, it'll go more frequently. And if the train goes more frequently, then the town will grow faster as well. So it's all about getting this chain of things going. Now, one thing that I do have to worry about is that eventually these cars are going to get old, and then I'll have to replace them. So that's always something to worry about, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, this is an instance wherein I would use boats rather than trains or cars, because let's be honest, this is going to be a nightmare. I mean, I guess I could raise some islands, then island hop bridges, but that doesn't sound very appealing to me. Okay, so this is going from one end of a map to the other. So we're going to see how much the payoff is for sending that to the food processing plant. So I think I've done quite a bit of future-proofing here. I mean, I've extended this to be 3 wide, even though at this point it really only needs to be 2 wide. 1 for picking up the food, 1 for dropping off the maize. But that's just how the cookie crumbles. And here it is. Oh, I just realized something. I just realized I made a mistake in my signals. This is supposed to be the waiting line, so it needs to have signals here. Although this bifurcation doesn't help. Okay, so I didn't really actually notice how much I made there just now, but I should pay off some loans. There, and I can borrow again if I need to, but keeping the loan interest down I think is always a good idea. And look at that. If we're not building anything, we've got about quite a bit of profit coming down. There we go. Now both trains are coming through. The maize wagon, I mean not maize, the food trucks and the unloaded maize. Of course, the unloaded maize is going to travel slightly faster than the food, which is fully loaded. So because of that, it's going to catch up, but it'll be fine. We'll live. So we'll see what the food is going to bring us now. But with the maize dropped off, the food should be, yeah. Food production increased massively with the maize. And in fact, that's actually more than the train can hold already with food. So a good thing to think about would be perhaps doubling up the food trains. Although at this point, it may be a bit excessive to do so, since the maize takes a long time to get there, so it may or may not be worthwhile. We'll see if after the next couple we'll see if it's still waiting after having gone one trip and then another trip. We'll see what happens there. So what I could do here is I could maybe get some more maize up on the go, or I can pause, check the subsidies. Okay, 1980, we're still in May, so that's good. Mail from Fodstow to Rainville. I'm generally trying to expand from towns that I've already got operations in. The reason for that is because it makes it look like a connected network, and that's what I really want to see here, to have a big connected, interconnected network that really keeps everything going. So we'll see how that ends up turning out. But what do I want? Okay, we're getting plenty of fruit there, but I think we can up our food production even more. Although the distance traveled will be insane. Oh, that doesn't sound very comfortable. Could use this refinery to create goods to send to the town. But where's the nearest refinery? The nearest refinery... Is that the only refinery? Or at least the only one that I can actually reach? That's the only refinery on the map. Okay, it may be time to fund construction here. How do I do that? How do I do that? Do I right click or... So we've got the water tower, the water supply. There's only 3 water supplies in the game, and I've got one of them already working. The rubber plantations, oil wells. There's the other oil refinery, which is even farther away from the one I was looking at. And the fruit plantations, food processing plants. And there's only one farm, too. So that's very interesting, I find. Let's pay off. There you go. So we're making bank right now. So let's take a look at what the operate. Oh snap! That's quite a bit of profit. That's a lot of money coming in. And what's the company value? That'll really show us. Man, the company value is in the dumps. Holy cannoli! What's wrong here? Man, it's a trashy company. What is going on? Alright, so is there anything special we can do in Nanford? Can do an advertising campaign. Passengers, cargo. I don't really need to attract cargo in the town I'm shipping everything to. So maybe that's not something I want to do. Okay. So what I am going to do, however, is... Ooh, we're getting food there. And... no thanks. And that's heading there. Okay, so by the time it's coming back, we've already got one on the go. So this will come in, and how much is left here? Okay, so it actually does empty it out. So we'll see if more keeps accumulating. And I'll keep an eye on that. Okay, so once the food arrives, I will begin construction of yet another small station for the collection of food. And then we'll squeeze through here maybe and join up here. 80%, 60, 40, 20, and boom! Food sold. All right, so we've got 40K in the bank, and we're also going to get the maize sold in just a minute as well. So I can... Is there a good place to put this? Not really. I can put it here. And then we'll do... You might say, well, that doesn't actually reach it, but we'll just do this. Bam. Okay, and then we'll... Let's see, which way do I want to put it? I guess we'll put it with an input here and then an output coming out. I think that's probably the way I want to arrange it. There we go. And a bit of a waiting line as well. And we'll squeeze around for here. We'll see how that works. Sort of going through these valleys here. Take one way, one the other way. Because they can't both go the same way by the looks of it. Okay, we've got 99,000 in the bank, so that's a bit of money. Is that fruit as well? Don't tell me. No, that's rubber. Okay. Man, if that were fruit as well, I would have been upset for going such an extra distance just to get more fruit when there was some right there. Okay. And we can do that. That's where they'll link back up. All right. All right. There we go. And we'll send this one through the valley over here. I know it's not the most beautiful thing to send them through these valleys, but that's just how I want to do it today. And you're coming through here and back together there. And you're going to split up as well. Okay. Okay, this is going to be a bit complicated, but we'll do it. We'll do it. We can do it. We can do it together. You and me together forever. And there it is. Okay. So we've done the majority of a track now, and it's already cost 40K just to do the tracks. And the next step here is, man, should I incorporate this depot? I probably should, since it's the only depot in the area. All right, let's do it. We'll incorporate the depot. Go through here, and we'll still go one more. Go there, and we'll join in. And from there, we'll do this. Don't need a bridge for this. Bam. We've got a nice loop going on here. So the train will come up here, it'll loop around, and then it'll start coming up that way. Meanwhile, we need the train to come off here and travel this direction, and we'll connect it there. And so we've got a depot there, which means we still need one here and maybe one down here. So let me get those depots built. Let's build them up. There we go. And that's a good location. Although I need to make sure that I can put a light there. Okay, I can. Very good. Very good. All right. And we'll also put a depot on here somewhere. Or I can put one out here. Guess that's a good place. All right. We'll put it through here, and we'll bring it out. There we go. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. And depot by the sea. And now we still have plenty of money, but not enough to buy a train. So until the next big paycheck comes in, I'm going to begin putting up the signs. Okay, so a sign there. That'll be the main approach sign. Put one there, one there, one there. Don't really need one there. Oh, put a sign there, and we'll put one in there and one in there so that everyone knows to be safe. There we go. Lots of signs. Very safe. Very kosher. And here we go. And that's mostly done. I just need to not put one there, but we'll put one there. Maybe one there as well. And that should be going well then. All right. So now the train is coming in. The food train is coming back, and we'll see how much food do we have. We're not overloading on the food. So I think right now having one food train is still fine. So now with that money from the food, we're going to build this train. I'll build it over here. So we're gonna go CS 2400 and fruit gondola, 5 length, and gonna go there, fully load, followed by going all the way to Lewis Hatton and unloading there, and have a go. There we go. And that's unloading more maize. But now I've got the fruit. Well, maybe. If this comes down when I get back to it, that'll be a bit upsetting. All right, so what are the subsidies? Let's pause it. Okay, so we're 1980, so I'm going to look for a 1981 subsidy. Secombe to Ratminster. Secombe is over here. Ratminster is on the other side. I guess I could do that. That's passengers, but it's January, so I gotta be quick on that if I choose to do that. Mail from Sludgrove Rivers to Lully, I don't really care. Passengers, Ludchurch, okay. Actually, I don't want to deal with Secombe. You get wrecked. You're not getting my money. Not at this point, anyway. Right now, I'm just focusing on the food industry for now. We'll see how things end up in the end. All right. So we're at 60K in money. So I think it's time to repay some more loans. There we go. All right. So it's already at 5%, and since it's picking up food here, I mean fruit, this isn't going to go out of business anytime soon anyway. So we can keep that up. And there's a big network. Look at that. Trains from one end to the other. It's an island. Sort of. Well, not quite. And where's the other fruit? I'm pretty sure there was some more. That's rubber. Yeah, fruit has a different color to it. I should remember that by looking at it, but I may actually have all the food sources on the map linked up, which would be a bit unfortunate, but you know what? That's how the cookie crumbles. Okay, so there is another refinery up there. I think that's a newer one. And I could actually link it up. There's some oil that's over here, which isn't too far. Ooh, I'm going in the red, but you know what? We'll get it dealt with. Right, we're already at 82% here. And what's it like on here? Okay, it's coming back. And the load is 158, which isn't enough to fill it up all the way, but it's enough to get quite a bit coming in. All right. And this town has probably been growing a bit. Yeah, it has, but we'll see. We'll see how it ends up turning out. Freeding stone. So let's see where the borders of places match up. So Fodstow has 2 train depots assigned to it. This is Ranningville, surprisingly. Ranningville extends this far territorially, while Frodstow has 2 train depots. So if that's number 1, where's the other one? I mean, this one can't be the Frodstow. Yeah, this is Freedingstone. Number 2. This is Ranningville. And Fodstow. Oh, Fodstow extends all the way down. This is what I'm actually looking for. So there's some fruit over here, and it's actually a bit easier to connect than the ones down here. So I should actually go for this one as well, once I've got the money. Or maybe I should just get the money. Maybe that's a better plan of action here. So we're going to get the money to get into action here. And let's do it, folks. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. Okay. Station. I think a station like this is... Maybe if I can I can squeeze it in a bit closer. So I'll put it there. Tent Haven Forest. Don't know where Tent Haven is, but it's probably quite a distance away from here. So, okay. Bam, and bam. And we're gonna go through here. That's actually perfect. Here we go. Man, that's good. And we're just going to come down here slightly. Have to work with the environment. I could also pick up water here, but I don't think that that's a good idea. And we'll maybe merge here with this end, maybe. We'll see. This actually goes a bit too far for that. So we'll go over there, and then we'll go over there. We'll go all the way there. Oh, it's too much. It requires 10K, and I don't have 10K. So let's go back up to a 30,000 loan. And there you go. That's 10K. Oh, and I just made some money, so didn't really need to worry about that. But here we go. And there you go. So that's connected going in that direction. So now I need to connect it going in this direction. And the way I can do this is I can actually have it use this crossover here and connect it as such. There you go. So this is now integrated onto this track, which allows it to use it. So I will also make a separate station here, train depot that is. Put it there, and the tracks are mostly complete now. So actually I don't need that there. Need that here, here, there, there, and there. Go. Here we go. Let's just double up in there, and we'll do that. Make sure everything's clear. And get the intersection to work there. And on this end, we'll do that. And that's already established down there. Okay. So now from here, we're going to get a new train. And we're going to have to get a bigger loan for that. Let's buy the diesel and go there. Pick everything up. followed by going here and dropping everything off. Bam. There we go. Oh, wait, no. Snap. We need to send it to depot. Where's it gone? Okay, it's not gonna... that's fine. We need to send it to... I'm going to see if we can send it straight back. Yep. All right. Let's pause that. Okay. I forgot to get the cars onto the train. All right. So we're going to need fruit. Okay. So that'll be the fruit gondola. On pause. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And now go. Alright. Alright, that should have everything fixed. Don't want to train without anything on it to go. Now, would we? That would be pretty bad. But you know what? It's fine. We'll live. We will live. We will see another tomorrow. And if I do not see another tomorrow, I will be very upset. And somebody will have to pay the price. I'm not going to say who's going to pay the price, but I'm just going to leave it at somebody is going to pay that price. Okay, it's still there. The fruit is still there. Tent Haven Forest. Okay, Tent Haven is over there. Don't really care about Tent Haven, but Nanford is at 70. So it's February. So let's pause, see what's with the subsidies. Ooh, Ratminster to Secombe, 1982. Mail. Okay, nothing I really am interested in. Okay, so the production of this has really gone down over time. However, the town seems to still have plenty of water, so that's what really matters here. All right, so we've got 100 tons waiting there, and we've got all these foods at the other end coming up here. All right, so I think it's time to go back down below below the big bucks. There we go. We've got 15K now. And there's a new mail truck. It's very interesting. Freedingstone Valley. Fine. Everything seems to be going well for now, anyway. Now, this here is... I could get more water into town. I don't really think I need to, though, so that may not be the best of ideas. But here we go. We're getting food delivered. So let's see, how much food are we going to get delivered here? What's the value? What's the value going to be? The value is 40, 20, and $37,000. Pretty good. I think that's a bit more off of the loans there. So my policy on money is that you should always be as close as possible to zero on the loans. Well, by that I mean, maybe that's not the best way to put it. What I should have said is that money-wise, you should always strive to pay off as much as you can unless you need money to build stuff. That way you can keep your loan interest low and avoid having to pay the big bucks. Let's see. We are getting the food truck coming back in, and what train is this? The fruit truck. What's the fruit truck doing here? Unload is there. Fully load at Freedingstone Valley. Is there something wrong with Freedingstone Valley? Okay, let's see. You can go for here, go around there, back for here, come up there. There shouldn't be any reason for it to come up here. It should have gone down here and then followed up by going down through there, down, 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 and there, where there's 200 tons of fruit waiting, but instead it's gone up all the way to the other end of the map for no apparent reason. What I think is, okay, here's what I think happened. They got to this point, and then they decided, oh, we need a repair, so they decided to go over through here. And then they had to go all the way back up again. That's so frustrating. But that's probably what happened. Okay, I think I need to finish a loop here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do this. Bam. And let's put some signs. There we go. That should help. Train 4 is lost. Okay. Which one's that one? Okay, so it's coming back. Wait, Tenhaven, that's there. But it shouldn't. Okay. Oh, I see. Man. There we go. Fixed. Man, the things you do. The things you need to do. There we go. Here comes the train. It's coming up. There we go. I need to make sure the fruit and the maize gets delivered. That's what I need to make sure. Otherwise, we're not getting the big bucks. And looks like we're not actually getting much food produced here at the moment, unfortunately. But I am getting this train, which is coming from Fodstow, which is down south. And I almost tipped my mic. Mic almost fell off my desk. There we go. For those of you who are wondering about the layout of my location, I'm actually in a setting where my mic is to my side. So since it's not a stereo mic, there's no real problems with doing that. Now, if it were a stereo mic, it would really mess with the sound quality, and I'm sure that that would be absolutely awful. All right, 60K. Man, that's good. That feels good. Feels good, man. All right. Bam, bam, bam. So right now I'm just trying to pay off the loans. Okay, unless there's a good subsidy up. Let's pause. What's the subsidies? All right. Sandston, Sherburn, Avonminster, or Avonminster maybe. Ranningville. Not my favorite place, Ranningville. Or Ratminster. But it's a place nevertheless. It is a place. Okay. And it's a good thing there's a light there. Or at least I think there's a light there. If there's not a light there, that would be pretty bad. Oh wait, that's a food truck, isn't it? Yeah, that's... And it came right out, and it's already filling up again. Okay, so we'll see if the big surplus comes at some point. If the surplus comes, then I will consider... Well, if the surplus comes, I will consider adding an extra train to that route. But for now, I think this is fine. Look at that. We've got a loop. Okay, light is green. Everything is coming through correctly. I'm slightly in the red, but I'll make it. I'll live. I won't die. I'll eat some food and I won't die. Okay, let's see who's currently loading up. No one's currently loading up, interestingly. Everyone is out. 62 tons waiting. 142 tons waiting. 155 tons waiting. Surprisingly, that one's higher, even though it should be the lowest since it's the most direct route. Well, actually, it's not exactly, since it goes all the way down here and then comes over. So maybe that's a bit incorrect of me to say. But everything seems to be... Oh, and I think that's another fruit one that dropped it off. And now we're over the cap of how much can be picked up by one of those trains at a time. And also, that's rubber. For a moment I thought, oh look, more fruit. No, it's rubber. Yeah, that'll teach me about rubber, trying to get some food when there's rubber, when I could be getting rubber and making the big bucks off of rubber. But no, I had to go for food. I had to get all the food. I wanted food. I wanted food to do this, that, and the other thing, and now everybody's upset. Everybody's hateful and angry and unreasonable. And you know what? Whose fault is it? Good question. Whose fault is it? Okay. Let's see. Where's the food truck? That's not a food truck. There's a food truck. All right, we're gonna do it. Oh man, out of my price range. Man, I just got denied. That's a 66K train. Holy cannoli. I mean, talk about expensive. You ever thought about a train that big? I thought about a train that big. How big is it? It's pretty big. Pretty big if you ask me. And big trains for big people. Maybe that's not the best way to put it, but here we go. Here we go. Okay, so you're waiting, and you're already loading up. And you're at 100%. Meanwhile, now that I've got everything sorted out and all the trains should be running properly, that one's waiting. That one's not back yet. Or is it still on the way up? Let's see if I can spot it. Oh, I think I may have seen something. It's what have I seen? It's a big kahuna. It's the big foot, the big weeaboo. What is it? Oh, there it is. There it is. There she blows. 129. I'm still not sure whether doubling up on the food is a good idea at this point, because it's still not generating a huge surplus. So it's not as if it's doing anything interesting with that amount of money. But we'll see. We will see. But for now, food is coming in. So let's see. What's the big hubbub? How fast are the trains filling up down here? This one's already at 90%. This one's at 87%, and the other one's not back yet. But what was that profit graph? Oh man, 21-1. Holy cannoli. And I can almost pay off the loan, which is pretty good. These are going to start coming up any minute now. Now it's at 94%, 93%. So they're both going to start coming up, and they'll both come up their own ways. This one will come through here, and then I don't know what'll happen. Ooh. Looks like we've had a breakdown, unfortunately. But there's a train depot right there, so ideally it'll go straight into maintenance from there. There it goes, as expected, like clockwork. So let's pause here. Let's see, what are the big subsidies nowadays? Rubber from Avonminster to Drindrich factory. So let's see, where's Avonminster? Okay, Avonminster to Drindrich factory, which is way over here. Okay, it's cutting through the woods. But once I get that to the factory, then the factory will begin producing goods. And once the factory begins producing goods, but setting it up will take some time. I won't be able to finish it by the time of I will not be able to finish it by the time of the subsidy ending. Water from Drindrich water supply to Fodstow. There, so it's this water supply to Fodstow over here. I guess I could send it by train. It would work. But I guess I could do that, but I don't really want to. Just want to watch this town grow. Man, it's gone down population-wise, though, so maybe the city on the hill isn't quite as shiny as I thought it was. And if a city on a hill isn't quite as shiny as I thought it was, then what does that mean? Some food for thought there. Let's see, what's my subsidies down to? Man, not subsidies, loans. 17K. We're almost turning a profit. Almost. Ooh, that's a 700 income water drop-off. Quite surprisingly high. But that's just how the cookie crumbles nowadays. But suddenly the population is 128 now. It's suddenly doubled, surprisingly. Okay. So I think now it's time to see how the food is. Okay, the food isn't overflowing as I thought it might. So one food train is probably going to be enough to feed everything. So what I could do is I could get some oil and send it down here, or maybe, oh, there was one over here, but it's not anymore. The problem with doing that is I don't have any guarantee that it'll stay there. But for now, it's all working together well. Although this area is a bit awkward with ups and downs, it really slows down the trains. I may eventually have to set up a secondary pathway for trains so that they don't end up having to deal with that. I think that's certainly possible. But for now, it's not really causing any slowdowns since they are spaced evenly enough apart. So it's not really causing any issues. Oh, somebody's watching, actually, surprisingly. To my surprise, someone decided to tune in. How are you doing? This is a very nice day. Look at that. So, the way I like to do this is always get it going well. Okay. So, 15K in the bank. And we're at 20K loan. So that's pretty close to being debt-free. Call me Dave Ramsey because I just got rid of all my debt. Call me Dave Ramsey. Okay, let's see. What's the subsidy nowadays? Avonminster, not that I care, but let's see. Okay, the food deliveries are coming in. Everything seems to be on its way to prosperity. And once that delivery comes in, this factory will really churn out. I mean, food processing plant. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to offend you. It'll churn out a ton of food really quickly. And, of course, it can't go forward because I've set up my signals correctly. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I think it's time to expand. And as soon as someone came in, now that individual is gone. Unfortunate for me, but fortunate enough for someone else, perhaps. And if that someone is more fortunate than I, who am I to say that I am more fortunate than he? And if he is more fortunate than I could possibly be, then how could I say that I'm more fortunate than he could possibly be if he is more fortunate than I could possibly be, nevertheless? Okay. Okay, so that refinery is gone now. So that plan that I had of perhaps working that refinery is also gone. It's gone. Completely, unequivocally removed. There's no more room for that idea in this universe. And if this idea has left the universe, then what am I to do? With my 4 followers on Twitter, that's right, I'm the top keck of Twitch. Oh, snap. If that's a refinery. Oh. I know what I'm doing. Yeah. Okay, I don't even need a train for that. I'm just gonna go straight up motor vehicles. That's right. Call me Grand Tycoon Auto. Oh wait, that's bus station. What am I doing? Who am I? Who do I think I am? Some sort of noob? All right. So there we go. We've got the Sherborne Forest, and that will send goods to Sherborne West, which will then also be a train station, if I've got anything to say about it anyway. And we will place the road depot over here. Why over here? Ah, why over there, you may ask? Well, that's because I've got some very specific reasons for doing so. So, let's get rid of that. I don't care about that. I don't need that. I don't need that in this town. I don't need that in my neighborhood, okay? We don't... I was about to make a pretty off-color joke there, or a pretty on-color joke, but let's go into a safer direction. So let me get the oil tanker. Let's see, which one's got higher reliability? 100%, okay. We're gonna buy that. Go. Get the oil and drop it off. Fully load. Unload. Bam. And then we're going to get a couple of additional ones. And hopefully that should be enough to get things going a bit. So now that I've got the basics up, I'm going to begin with the rail construction. So I think this is going to be a larger station because this is the main refinery that we will be using throughout the game. So the way I'll have it is everything will be coming in one side and coming out the other side, and I'll also have the bypass route as well. Okay, and so I think that is the, oh, I did it wrong. I did it wrong. All right. Control west. There you go. So this is going to be a bit complicated. I need to do that. Oh, not that. Oh, there. There we go. We'll do that. And that. And that'll pan out over there. Meanwhile, I will also need to connect this up to Nanford because that's where I will be dropping off the goods. So the ideal method of doing that is to connect it in this region here, since that's right after the depot. So we'll do it that way, although it's not ideal. So we'll connect it by the depot, and we'll connect it there as well. And we'll do it that way. And we'll come through together here. I think we'll just cross over here, although that's actually a bad idea now that I think about it, because I need the waiting line to exist as well. So we'll come over on this side, and let me just fix the land up here a bit, get it evened out. There you go. That was a bit expensive, but we'll deal with that later. So we can do this there and connect there. So that's the output, and we'll then move through here and into there, and this is where everything will spread out. So we'll spread all the way out there, and we can go straight in there. Oh no, that's not where I want to go. There we go. And crisscross over. There we go. And there's the waiting lines. So on this side, however, let's get going there, do that, and there, and we'll keep it a bit tight. There we go. So that's a bit tight together, but you know what? I think it will work. And we'll also put a depot on this side as well. So we'll put it here. And now let's hook up the signals. So this is a bit complicated, but hopefully I won't get any traffic jams from this. All right. There. Actually, need there. There. There we go. And there we go. Man, I'm like a machine. Okay. So now that that has been set up, I will begin by... Actually, this doesn't make sense at all. Actually, it's fine, but... Okay, so the way it goes is, comes in here, comes out there. Okay, it does make sense. Okay, for a moment I thought, whoa, it doesn't make sense, but what am I saying? Okay, so we're buying a vehicle, and this vehicle is going to carry some very special supplies. So we're going to get some goods cars. Bam, 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 bam. There we go. And while we're at it, let's just get rid of that. We don't need that anymore. We don't need to worry about those loans anymore. Okay. And now, let's get the directions for it. We're going to send you to fully load there. And then, you're going to come out over here to unload. There you go. It's not a long distance, but it's a good distance. Alright, so it's waiting for a free path, and here it comes. And now this one's going to stop since that one's in the way, as it should. Okay. Okay. Everything seems to be working as intended. Alright, so now the train is going to come in here, and the goods are being produced. Let's take a look. There's oil, and I need to see. Okay, so it is getting picked up just fine. Okay, so I don't need to worry about that anymore. But what I do need to do is I do need to send some more oil. So to do that, we will be establishing an oil station here. Let's see. Can I reach both of them? I probably cannot. You know what? Let's do an experiment. It's going to be expensive. Yeah, okay, there we go. Let's do an experiment. So we're about a distance from both of them. So we've got Anavultus South, and now we're going to see if we can do this. So control click, can link that up, and control click. It's a bit too far. Control click. It's a bit too far. Okay. And control. Man, it's just too far away. Just slightly too far. Okay. Okay. Yeah, let's start over. All right. So we're getting a railroad, and we're going to put it over here. It's 3 away, and let's see if it would work. No, it wouldn't. That's the problem, isn't it? It wouldn't work. Oh. We'll put it here, and then we'll see if we can do that. Control click, and for south, control click. Okay. So what if I instead chose to move down a bit? Bam, bam. And went over here instead. This is very experimental. Control click. Fodstow Heights, and control click. Still too far away. It's just that far away. It's just that tiny bit too far away. Okay, okay, I guess there is no alternative. There is no alternative. All right. We'll just have to do it the old-fashioned way. We will, let's see. So those are both going that direction, which means we need something that goes around that way, maybe. All right. Let's build the rails. Here we go. We're building them in range of the oil. So it's going to go here, Fodstow East, and the rails will, let's see, they'll actually come up like so. Going to come through here, and they're going to go through there, and through there, and merge like that. And then they're going to go down there. And there's a depot there, and there's a depot here. Okay. So there's depots going both ways. So now I need to establish the lights. There we go. And there we go. There we go. And there we go. And we have to do that as well, just because of the intersection. That's actually it, surprisingly. So now I can new vehicle CS2400, buy and get oil tankers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Go to here, fill up, then go to here, unload, and go. All right, so hopefully that oil will remain there for now, so that I can then begin stage 2. Truck station, facing that way. We'll put it here. It's considered part of Fodstow East, and we'll put it, I guess, on the oil. Nanford Valley. I guess I could have it linked up to the main train. Well, no, it's actually too far. I was thinking, yeah, I can have it linked up to the main train, but it's too far. Okay, and we're going to do that. And from here, we're going to get 100% reliable oil tanker, which I can't afford. Come on, is there a big payoff gonna happen? Come on, sit. There it is. There's a big payoff. Come on. Come on, mate. Come on. Where's the big payoff? Here it comes. 83, 66, 50, 33, 16, 0, and there it is. There's a big payoff. Now I can buy the vehicle and tell it to go to Nanford Valley, fully load, and then go to Fodstow East and transfer. There we go. And I'm going to duplicate that one. Where's the depot? Nanford Road Vehicle Depot number 2. Clone. And go. There we go. There we go. That should work. And we'll have some petroleum moving through here. And we're getting some goods produced. And where's my goods train? Don't tell me that's a goods train. No, that's not the goods train. There's my goods train, isn't it? Isn't that it? Yeah, that's my goods train, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, that's my goods train. I think. Yeah. Okay. I don't know where it was going. It somehow disappeared for me. But we've got 97 crates of goods. And how much food do we have over here? 129 tons. Okay, so we're keeping on top of both of them. And let's see. We've got 11 stations. Finance information is pretty good. And let's see, that's our operating profit. But let's take a look at the value. Bam, look at that. Look at that value. That's what I call great value. Oops, can't say that. That's a Walmart trademark, Walmart copyright. Can't use the words great value together. Thanks, Walmart. Jake, just joking. I know it's not a problem there. It's not a huge problem, not a minor problem either. But look at that. Just nice, relaxing. I've got 3 different petroleum plants linked up to each other, all sending the petroleum to get some goods. That's right. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. And looks like Nanford Valley is actually filling up quite easily. Okay. So Fodstow East is off now. Off to see the wizard. Guess the most used piece of track would probably be this bit, which every single train has to go through. All the trains coming from down south to up north have to go through there. Fodstow, Chunborn have to go through there. So this right here is the most used piece of track. And to be honest, it's also the worst piece of track. Look at that. Disgusting. Up and down, up and down. What is that? But despite spending quite a bit of money on new construction and vehicles, I still have made a profit, an operating profit, which is very interesting in my opinion. Usually you wouldn't expect to see that on companies, but let's see, what's the goods? Quite a bit. Wait, where are you going? Heading to Nanford. Did you just fill up? Are we getting a big surplus of goods? If we're getting a big surplus of goods, we may be able to double up the train. And if we double up the train, ooh, that's free real estate if I know what I'm looking at. Okay. I think it's time to make some big steps here. S.R. Higgins, that's me. From Nanford Transport, I'm going to build my company headquarters on the hill, of course, in Nanford. And let's link it up. Bam. There's the headquarters right in the middle of Nanford. Everybody knows that go there. There's S.R. Higgins in the company headquarters. All right. And going in for service. That's always good to see. Good to see that the trains are working well. But as they say, working hard or hardly working. Maybe a bit too comedic there. Look at that. Look at that. How much are we waiting on? Lots of liters, that's for sure. But how much can one of these trains hold? I think that's a mysterious question that I certainly would love to have the answer to. So let's actually find out. Capacities 30,000. Okay. So 30,000 times 9 is, of course, 270,000. And so unless we've got that much waiting, we do have that much waiting. Man, that's actually surprising. And people are gonna complain at me saying, "Oh, Anavultus is terrible at math. He can't do that answer in 5 minutes like I can." Well, maybe I could if I wasn't. Oops, dropped something. Maybe I could if I did math all day, but unfortunately for me anyway, I'm not as involved in the mathematical arts as I'm used to. Of course, I do have to admit that mathematically speaking, arithmetic, basic arithmetic, is probably my weakest part when doing math. I'm a lot better at doing algebraic equations, graphing, geometry, trigonometry, calculus, that kind of stuff is a lot easier to me because it's a lot more logic based and you don't have to just do the numbers. And man, doing the numbers is AIDS. No, not really, but it's just year after year doing the numbers in school, and it wears out. It wears you out. But then there's those people that never do the numbers, or they do the numbers, they go to school, they do the numbers, and 10 minutes later, well, not 10 minutes later, 10 weeks later, they've got their summer vacation. 10 weeks later, they've forgotten everything they've learned the entire school year. And that really shows that there's a failure in the education system in some extent. And I'm not saying that people should remember every single thing that has been learned or should have been learned, because obviously that's going to be impossible for most individuals. Some people can actually learn things quite well. Okay, yeah, I do think this has to be fixed. Okay, is there any train coming up around here? No, there isn't. Okay, time to fix that. Let's first of all get rid of those, and now we're going to landscape that. Bam, 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 and bam. There we go. Pretty easy. And let's just add this for safety. And that fixed it for the most part. And I want to fix that as well. So we're going to raise this region as well. There we go. That's a lot better, isn't it? I should probably fix this as well. Okay, let's do that. Bam, 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 and kaboom. And a scrap. There you go. It's a lot better. A lot better than it was anyway. 121 pop. Not the best, but that's how the cookie crumbles. So that train is getting filled up each time it's coming around there, and things are starting to pile up. So by that, I think I have gotten myself the warrant to do this. I think that's a good strain, isn't it? Let's do it. Why is it going to Nanford? This is good strain, isn't it? Yeah, that's a good strain. Why is it go? Just didn't have to go to Nanford. You didn't have to go there. You didn't have to. It didn't need to be done. Okay, does it still have? It still has plenty remaining. So we're going to see that one starts piling up. And is this one piling up? No, this one is not piling up. Okay. Let's see, is there any new forest, new fruit coming out anywhere around? Oh, there's some right there. That's actually a good idea to link that up, so I'm going to do that. Okay, let's do it. Okay, we only need one track, so we're going to do it in this way. Or should I do it this way? This way is probably better. Just keep the same side going the same way. So Secombe Forest. Bam. There's a loop, and question is, which way should I link it up? Should I link it up through here, through there, go around all the way up here? That's probably the most direct route to take anyway. So I'm going to do that. Oh, I do want to do some of this. Bam. That's 5K, but you know what? Well worth it. Okay. Bam. There we go. Okay. So we'll just follow through there. That's a lot of money, but I've got a lot of money to spend. I think I should have space for that. Okay, it's already built. Okay, that indicates that there's space for that. And oh, wrong one. Let's do that. Bam. Let's lower that and go through there. And here's the complicated part. We're getting to the complicated part, the interchange. All right. So this part is simple. We can do this, and that works fine. But the way back is going to be a bit more difficult. So for the way back, I'm going to split it off. Go do that. Then I'm going to build a bridge over it. And we can go with the expensive bridge this time, because why not? And then I can do that. And that works. So now I need to build a depot. So I'll build a depot over here, coming off there. And there's a depot. And following that, I will begin putting up the indicators. So put that there, that there, that there, that there, that there. There. And there we go. All right, got to keep it coming through that way. Very good. Okay, and that's the next place I want the cars to stop. So I think the interchange is doing well. So now it's time to launch the new train. So we're going to go for a CS400, and we're going to put on it a bunch of fruit gondolas. Bam, 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 bam. Haha! Then we're going to send it to Secombe Forest to load, and back to Lewis Hatton to unload. And there it goes. guess I could make it so that it only uses one rail, but I want to keep it this way just in case I need to bring multiple trains. Ugh. So the profit for train number 3, which is this one. The profit was low because it has to travel such a long distance. I think it takes it a year to get around, and also it takes a while for it to load up as well. And there we go. So let's see, what's it looking like? It's looking like it may still be overflowing, despite the fact that, okay, so that's emptied out. That's not emptied out. That's also not emptied out. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to clone. Bam, bam, there we go. Let's get a third one on there, on the case. And I may have to clone this one as well, because we may need, should have created a wait line. This may be long enough, it may not be. I may have to establish the juncture over here instead of up here. All right, let's do that. Reestablish the juncture closer down so that I can use this as a wait line, just in case I actually need to use it that way. Okay, so we're doing that, and we're doing that, and we're getting rid of that, and we're also getting rid of that. So now it can function as a wait here. Okay. Okay, now it's keeping up with capacity. But if it fills up any faster, I'll have to add a second line. Oh, and one more thing I need to do is I need to establish this as well. There we go. Meanwhile, let's see what's happening. Okay, it's increasing in amount, which means I need to add yet another train to that line. Interestingly enough. Where should I add it from? I could add it from here. Yeah, let's do that. Clone train. Bam. Off you go. It's a bunch of money. But let's see, that's operating profit, and value is going up. Value is way up high. And there it is. Now we've got 4 trains coming through this station, which justifies the wait line. Although, to be fair, that's a pretty short wait line, and it's not going to work. Now that I look at it, it's not nearly as long as it should be. So I may need to fill in this lake in order to fix that. Okay, let's do it. I've got the money for it, so I might as well do it. Here we go. Bam, 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 bam. Okay, that's about as much room as I need. And now, I'm going to do this. Get wrecked. You two, you two. Okay, this is gonna mess with my trains a bit, but it needs to be done. We'll just do it like that. And that. It will just... It should be fine for now. But, do that. And now let's get the lights fixed up. Okay. So, that's going to be for the interpass. So we're going to need these as well. And there we go. There it is. That's fixed. It maybe didn't need to be exactly that large, but it certainly is fixed up now. Oh, and there we go. That's how it needs to be. Now everything can go through the way it's supposed to. And Nenford is back at 128. Secombe Forest filling up. Let's see. Getting 350 tons of maize there. I mean, food, sorry. Food. What's this? No, that's rubber. Okay. I was about to say, oh, more food. No, it's rubber. Oh, how unfortunate. But we are filling up. And let's see, how much do we have left? 9,000. Okay. Okay, we don't need to add an extra train onto this one. Everything seems to be going fine there. Okay, I'm about to, let's see, local authority. Can't really do much there, but I do have outstanding ratings in Nanford. So we can assume that that is very positive. Well, assume that it's positive. What am I even saying? Of course it's positive. So let's see, what's the profits of the trains? Okay, profit last year, 71K. This year, 25K. Last year, negative. This year and last year is negative for this goods train. Well, no, that's the one I just bought. Of course it's negative. Or is that a... Is that the food train? No, that's a goods train. This is the food train up there. Okay. And that's a fruit train that didn't make any money throughout the entire year. Which one's that? That one's loading up. And that's also a newer one. Okay. Okay, so everything does seem to be profitable. But this one is breaking even. That's also a goods train though, so we'll treat that as if it's normal. Okay. So we've got 600 in goods currently. And 3 goods trains pumping in and out of town. Accepts, but not goods. Wait. Do we actually not accept goods here? We may have to send goods somewhere else. Okay, let's see. Where can we send goods to? Accepts only fruit and maize. I guess we could go somewhere else. We could go to Secombe and send goods there. I guess they'd accept goods, wouldn't they? Let's see. Would they accept goods? Yeah, they would. They love goods. But why not these guys? Is there a specific building that needs to have goods in it? However, this is bad. This is going to be a big drain on my wealth if we can't sell the goods that we're producing. Guess it will have to be Secom, even though it is closer. But since we're just selling stuff and we're not picking anything up, we can just make a single stop station that just goes through and has a long waiting line. We could do that. That would work, but it's not really what I want. Some food for thought. But anyway, I think it's gone long enough. So I think I will stop now. And let me just save the game. There we go. And for transport, October 3rd, 1985. So it's 10 years into the game. There we go. Quite successful, although I am running into the issue with not being able to sell my goods, which is a bit of a problem. But you know what? It'll be fine. We'll do it. All right, there we go. Game is saved. So anyway, I think this is where I will be stopping. So thank you all for watching, and I will be seeing you all next time on Anavultus over and out.